Here is how to use Card to create your own landing page. Hey everyone and welcome. I hope you are all doing great. In this video I will show you exactly how to use Card fully. So let's actually get to it and showcase how to use it. So first you'll need to go to card.co, that is card with double R, .co. So after you get to this page, you can just go ahead and choose a starting point by clicking on the choose a starting point button. From here, it's going to give you plenty of templates that you can choose from, and there's going to be a lot of templates to choose from. Now, some of them are going to be premium, some of them are going to be for free. So make sure that you select the one that suits you best and go with it and change aspects to it. But for the sake of this tutorial, you also get the option to use a blank canvas and work your way up from scratch. So if you want to use your creativity more and you just want to design every aspect to it, you can just go ahead and create a blank canvas and work your way up. So I'm going to do that right now and show you what you can do from there. So I will just select the blank canvas. Is just going to take a little bit of time and it should show up with this screen. Now we've got three things that we can see in front of us. We've got the actual background, we've got the page itself where we will add the elements to it, and then lastly we've got the text, which is just dummy text to show you that you've got nothing here yet. So let's just get rid of the text. So you can actually delete the text or any other elements by just clicking on it and then clicking on this delete element. So now we are with the page. We've got ourselves with the page and we've got the background. To change the background, we just click anywhere in the background. So let me just click on here. And we can change the style and color of the background. So I will just go for a more golden landing page. So let me just do that. And to get the golden feel, it's not going to be a solid color. So instead I will just click on here and choose gradient. Now you can use image, video, or slideshow, but I would just use a gradient. For the gradient, you get three options, either linear, radial, or conic. I will just use the linear one because you can see how this doesn't really look good. But anyways, I'll just use linear and let's just make the golden feel to it. So we just change the colors in here. So for this one, let me just do black, and then in here we will go ahead and choose a kind of golden color. It should be around here. Okay, so I think this looks good. It just needs one more touch. So we go to stop number 3. And let me just add a even darker color, just a darker gold, if we can just use that. And then we can, play around with the positioning and stuff. So we can just do this, we can reverse it. And we can also choose the angle. So we can just do something like this. Okay, like the way it was before. Maybe let me just increase this, increase that, and just change that and change the angle to be like this. Okay, so let me just stick with this. I don't want to take too much time with the background. And then if you want to also add more interesting elements to it, you can add a pattern. You will find plenty of patterns that you can add. So we can just go ahead and scroll down and I know exactly what I'm going for, which is going to be this one. And we can, change the opacity to it. And I think this looks nice. So now we are done with the designing aspect of the background. So let me just go ahead and actually move on to the page. Now, if you want, you can change the page color to be something else. So if you want, you can change the page to be a different colors. Maybe you want it to be, in this case, maybe just fully black. But I would prefer to just keep it with the same color as the background. But if you want to change the color, you can just do so from the bottom. But let me just change the style to become a box. Let me just do tall box. And actually, let me just keep it as default. Position center width if you want to change the width. Same goes for padding and size. So let me just keep it like so. And for the alignment and spacing, you can also do the same. For the mobile, if you want to do manual, you can just do manual. It's going to give you more options for mobile, but I prefer to just keep it at auto, and it's just going to give us a proper design for the mobile. So you've got also the animation page here, which I will get back to in a sec. I don't think you will use it for background or page, maybe for the elements. So now that we've got our page, let me add some elements to it. So we've got the page. So you think we would add an image to it, maybe? So to add elements, we just go to the plus icon on the top right, and we just click on whatever element we want to add. So we can just use an image, for example, and upload an image. Let me just, actually, before we upload an image, we can just change a few things here. So for example, if you want to add an alt text, you can do so. If you want to link the image, you can just insert a link here, and you will need to read about the accepted URL types, but you can do so right here. Just paste the link. And then one more thing is, if we go to the style thing here, the brush, we will get to the option to change the width and height of it. Let me just keep it at auto and change the width to be a little bit smaller. And this one, a lot of people would like to keep circle, so you can change the shape of the image. And then maybe if you want to give it a border, drop shadow, not what I'm looking for. I want the alignment to become on the left, or maybe right side. Okay, no, I think left looks a little bit nicer. So we've got an image here that we can upload. And I think let's give it an animation for this one. We just add an animation. We just do fade in. Let me replay it. Looks nice. Let me just keep it at that. If you want to change it, you can just, you've got plenty of animations to choose from, and a lot of settings on it. So let me just keep it at that and move on. So let me just go ahead and click on the image. If you want to upload an image, you go back to the first one and upload an image. Let me just use this one, for example. And if you want to resize properly for the image and select everything, we just go ahead and make it bigger, as big as we want. And if the shape was a rectangle, we could have just changed it to be full, but it's a circular, so you only get this. So we just click on accept, and boom, we've got ourselves an image. So next up, let's add more items. So let me just add, for example, container. So where's a container? We've got a container here. We can add it to the page, and we can make it a column. So we've got columns here. So we've got left and right. For each, we can add elements to it. For example, if you want to add an image to the left and text on the right, you can do so. So let me just do, you can add more columns, by the way, if that's what you want, but let me just stick to this and let me add elements to them. We just add an image. I think, yeah, let me just add an, oops, sorry, my bad. Let me just delete this, delete that. No, I don't want to delete this. So basically, to add it to the column, we just drag and drop it to it. And same goes for the next one, but we want to add text, so we just add text and drag and drop it there. And we can just change the text to change the text to whatever we want it to be. And you can see the markdown formatting here if that's what you want. So let me make it bold just so we can see it. And then we can change the color and the font and the size. Let me just change the size. We can change the color of it. And we can also change the weight to the text, line spacing, and you can see a lot more stuff to it that we can change. That's what you can do with it. Again, same goes for animation and stuff, so if that's what you want. And here for the image, we can change the upload an image in same settings again that we had from there. So it's basically you're going to keep doing that over and over again. You will add stuff and then just change things to it. So for example, this divider, I just added a divider, and maybe we add another column or container. So let me just give it a little bit more thickness. Let me just do a gradient. So we can make it, for example, black and blue. Okay, this does not work with our colors, but let me just keep it like this. Maybe it's not going to be visible because it's the same color. Let me see. Yeah, this is not going to be visible. Let me just change it to something else just so it can become visible. You know, you can just play around with the oh, my bad. I'm changing the background, not the the divider. So you can just play around with it. You can just keep adding stuff, as many as you want. So let me just make sure this is not full width. And we want to add another one. We can just click on add elements. We add icons, for example. Here we can add our social networks. So we can add, for example, email there. We've got let's see. So you've got plenty of stuff to choose from, but you get the idea. You will find your the thing that you want to add, and for example, you want to add a domain to it or URL to it. You get to do so right here. So for example, if it's Instagram, you can just change the type to Instagram. Right here, I think you should find it somewhere down there. I think at the bottom, maybe. Yeah, you can see YouTube, for example. So we can just change this to our YouTube channel, and we can add more icons as well, and so on. So that's another element, maybe another divider, and then another element like a button that leads to a specific link, and it has a specific colors and stuff. And it's very, very simple. So again, if you want to change the page itself, you can get to change the color of it by making it a box instead. And we can just go ahead and change the color, make it something like this maybe, and give it a gradient, which is also an option. What else? So I think you get the idea. It's very simple and easy to use. You just go ahead and add elements, and you can just drag and drop them, by the way. But yeah, just keep adding elements and make sure that you change them to your liking. And above everything, if you really couldn't work things out from scratch, if that's worst case scenario, you can just go ahead and exit and use a template like this one, and go ahead and just change things to your links. So for example, here for the icons, we can just click on the X icon here and put our X profile. Same goes for Instagram. Here for this image, maybe add your image. For this text, you can just change this text to be yours, and same goes for these buttons here. So this is basically how to use Carrd to create your landing pages. Very easy and simple. I hope you liked this video, and thanks for watching.